Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to Rassle Rock with Rick Connor.
What the F was that entire freaking promo about?
Mark Callbacher.
She's like the James Ellsworth of women.
And Corey Castle.
I look like Paul London and Brian Kendrick mixed.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Rassle Rock. It's been a crazy week, man. There's insane stuff going on in the ring, and even worse stuff going on outside the ring. More have come down about these the firings of the wrestlers from last week, and man, how do you send somebody their property in a garbage bag? How does that happen?
Garbage humans.
And how do you expect... the thing is, people were saying that this has been going on for years. They sent Mickie James her belongings from, I guess, the Performance Center in a garbage bag and left them on her front door. And apparently, like, a bunch of other people were coming out and saying, yeah, this has been going on a really long time. What the hell's... What's the deal with that?
Someone even mentioned that a lot of times they would send the wrong wrestler's stuff to the person they just fired. Yeah. And then they would have to beg the wrestler they just fired to send the person's property back to WWE. It's like, hey, we fired you via Twitter, and can you give us so-and-so's ring boots back? It's like how does that work? Like,
yeah, I don't know. They would say, yeah, there's stories of them sending wrestlers that are currently employed. They're sending their stuff to the wrestlers that are fired.
Oh,
who's running this joint? Who's running this joint?
Well, that's why Mark Carrano got fired. I mean,
good.
Yeah.
And I think that dude's had like an air of shady, like slime, sleazy businessman on him for so long. And the funny part about it was when I did the dates with WWE, I heard Michael Cole referred to Mark Carrano as Mark Cockrano, and I did not think of his name as Cockrano.
It might as well be Cockrano now. He's kind of screwed, man. Yeah. He's up the creek, man. Now it's coming out. Somebody reported that he's been stealing the wrestling title belts and selling them places. Like, he's just been, like, stashing them in, like, a beach house somewhere or shoving them under his bed or whatever and just stealing them all the time. So not only is he a horrible human being, he's a thief as well.
When I
well, they go together quite well. Well, this pairs nicely with...
When I tried to buy a title belt on eBay, it was the seller MC789 was... I give a lot of props to Mickie James for finally just being like, yo, like, this is what they're doing to us. Mm-hmm. Her getting let go blew my mind in the first place, and to be treated like that, I don't get the treatment of wrestlers, especially someone like Mickie James. That's the second time they treated her like trash.
Yeah.
And, with when they were calling her Piggy James and everything else, and then they booted her out of the company. Like, I don't get where a corporation thinks they can treat human beings like this. And it's one of those things, like, people get mad at Vince, but I think Vince is so far at the top, he doesn't even know he's got a bunch of idiots doing this shit to people. So,
yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? Like, you give somebody the job of, hey, please send them their stuff. And if they send them their stuff, you're not going to know how they sent it. They could have taken a dump in a box and sent it that way. If you're not going to get a complaint about it, how are you supposed to know?
Would they mark it guaranteed?
That's right. I got spare time. Yeah. And all the other Tommy Boy quotes. But, yeah, man. And Mickie James has been super cool about it, too. Like, she's kind of tired of talking about it, but she's basically saying, I got plenty of good stuff on the horizon now. She didn't want anybody to lose their job. She's not happy about that. But at the same time, now this isn't going to happen anymore. So, this isn't going to happen anymore. Oh, yeah. So, they say you're supposed to leave the business. Your goal is to leave the business better than the way it was when you entered it. And that's what she did. So she's chill.
When I quit one job that I worked at. It was like an office building, call center. And in it, I did like a mass email to everybody who was there, and I was like, I don't know if corporate's aware of it, but this person is treating people this way, and this person's treating this person this way. If nothing else, me leaving isn't just because I'm watching the misuse of people. It's because the environment here is toxic, and I need to further myself, like get away from it. But I would be a hypocrite if I didn't say I wanted to leave this place better for the other people. So as I left, apparently that mass email was like the talk of the town, and like a bunch of people got fired because of my email. And I was like, all right, well, I didn't want people to lose their jobs, but I did want people to be treated better than they were previous to that. So,
yeah.
All right.
So sometimes in order for that to happen, people got to lose their jobs. Sometimes that's just the way it has to happen. But it's for the better. Now people won't be treated that way. So you did a good thing. Mickie James did a good thing. We're all solid.
Yeah, and like I said, like Mickie James, that's one of those people. Like, you know how WWE does this thing where they just won't let certain people go.
Yeah,
and they try to pretend that they're not valuable, but they're not using them. So, but they won't let them move on to another like Fed because they're afraid that they'll do better things over there. How do you let go of Mickie James? Several-time world champion.
Yeah,
wealth of knowledge on her belt. Like this girl's
in Hall of Fame, future Hall of Fame for sure.
She's so valuable. And like I said, somewhere where like the AEW's women's division stinks.
Yeah.
Except for like Ty Conti and like 3 other girls. Like you could bring in a Mickie James and pay her a ton of money to maybe wrestle a couple times a year, 4 or 5 times a year, and then just train these girls.
Dude, I could see Mickie James. I could see a Mickie James. Britt Baker, is that her name? I could see them doing a really cool program. Honestly.
Yeah. It's all, uphill from here. I mean, even if she goes back to Impact, she's gonna light that place up too. Impact has a really good women's division right now. They're not getting any press or anything about it because it's Impact. But I mean, it's nobody's watching Impact. But hey, if you're there, if you're getting paid and you're doing a good job and putting on good matches, then your life is good.
She could always go with her husband over to NWA Power too. So
yeah,
Into the fire.
I still love that song.
Yeah, it's good.
I think Matt's still the only one who still watches NWA Power, but
I wasn't sure if it was even still.
Well, they're not on YouTube anymore. They are now exclusive to Fight TV, and you have to have a subscription package to watch it. So it's like jump through 19 hoops to watch some stuff you probably wouldn't have watched already. So.
It's a shame.
Yeah, I don't like it that much to actually pay for it.
Yeah,
but I would watch it free if it was back on YouTube again for free.
What was that? What was that hand motion wife beater used to do? I'm thinking about doing that in regards to subscribing to watch Power.
Yeah. It was if you know, you know. If you don't worry about it. That's what it is.
Just all these stations want to. I mean, all these wrestling federations want to do some kind of money grab to help them. Yeah. And I get it, but they got to understand too. It's like there's only so much money we can spend a month on stuff,
right?
And like WWE, I'm paying for what we were just talking about before the show came on. That we're having trouble getting NXT on Peacock because I don't even know when it reappears after the show's on live.
Right. No, it just kind of shows up randomly, and you have a better chance of watching stuff from a year ago.
Right, it's not on any kind of schedule or anything.
Right. So it's like, what do you do? Like, how do you watch NXT these days? Like, if you're not watching it live, you're kind of boned because you're not going to be able to watch the replay, and that's really sucks. Like, so far, this whole move to Peacock really isn't good. There's a lot of older stuff that you still can't watch because they haven't moved it over yet, or if they're ever going to move it over, they're already editing a bunch of content that they have on there. And now we can't watch current stuff that's happening. So it's... I never thought I'd say it, but people were saying that they missed the WWE Network, as bad as that was. People were saying they missed the way it was.
The WWE Network.
They missed
I didn't think the WWE Network was that bad. It had some issues once in the moon, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I never had any complaints about the WWE Network, for sure.
Yeah. Some people did.
What do you guys... What are your 2 weeks now that we've had the Adnan on commentary?
On commentary, yeah.
What do you guys think?
It's a beige curtain situation. There's nothing really special about him.
He had nothing. He had nothing.
I don't think it's bad. Personally, I don't think the commentary sucks or anything like that. But I mean, it's like it might as well not even be there because it's adding nothing.
Why did we have to go to a 3-man crew? You get rid of Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Luckily, you bring up Corey. Put him on Raw. Just do a 2-man thing. Corey and
Byron. Byron's getting good, getting better and better
than people think
all the time. He keeps getting better.
Byron's better than you think. They just feed him terrible lines. They always make him like a dweeb that like everybody's supposed to pick on. But when he actually calls matches, he does a good job. So why you just have Corey and Byron call that, and then you have Cole and McAfee.
Yeah,
the 2-man shows are better. It's
way
a better commentary booth.
Yeah.
They're way better. There's never been a need, in my opinion, there's never been a need for a 3-man commentary booth. Somebody always ends up talking over each other. Even back in the day when they were doing like, it would be like Ross, Heenan, and Savage. It's like, why? Why are there 3 people there?
It always seemed like there was 3 because one was on their way out. And it seemed like that was just for transition. So the fact that they started a new one where it's like, oh, these guys are brand new. There's 3 of them. Like, so none of these guys were on their way out?
Can I vote for one?
Vote for one of them to be on their way out, please. Send them a trash bag full of his crap. I'm done with it.
I really like, you were talking about Byron Saxton. Byron is and Corey Graves have a really good chemistry. They have that that heat between them. Like, if you remember back when Vince used to do commentary with Jesse Ventura, Ventura made fun of him for being a nerd all the time. And it was great. McMahon was being nerdy. He had these dweebish, these overly excited lines for no reason, and it worked. So I don't see why not put Byron and Graves in there together.
What I've been laughing about with Adnan when I'm like watching and listening to him do commentary, he's like, "Oh, that was a slam." Like, he doesn't even say what the name of them. Oh, it really slammed him there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He sounds like your girlfriend just sat on the couch and started watching wrestling with you.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. Yeah.
Oh wow! Like, what was that punch? it's like,
oh dang!
Oh, God.
Like they just don't. I don't know his backstory, man. I don't know his background, where he comes from.
He's an ESPN guy.
Yeah.
So not a wrestling background, basically.
No, it's that whole relationship WWE has with ESPN now.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep bringing these guys. That's why McAfee's there. That's why
it's a Hail Mary play for some sort of legitimacy. That's what it seems like to me. It seems like they're grasping at straws to come across as a legitimate sport, but then not calling it wrestling and then trying to act like it's entertainment. It's like, what's the middle ground here? What are we trying? What are we really trying to accomplish?
Not only that, you're really going to bring this dude in when you have Mauro Ranallo and he treated the guy like garbage the entire time he was there?
Yeah.
Like, Mauro's calling some kind of pay-per-view soon.
This weekend. It may have already happened, but it was Impact, so I don't know.
Well, was it?
It may have happened. It may have happened last night. I'm not sure. I think it was supposed to happen sometime this weekend, or it might be happening tonight. I'm not sure. Listen to us for all your wrestling news.
Or it happened, or it's going to happen, or one of these days, maybe you'll hear about it.
But
not here.
Not here. Ranallo's calling the Rich Swann and Kenny Omega match that's happening for the title
Tonight, 8:00.
Is it tonight? Okay, good.
But not tonight.
Tuning in, folks.
But not tonight for you people listening. If you people are listening to this, it happened. It happened Sunday night, and
probably days ago.
And you didn't catch it, and you really dropped the ball.
Yeah, that's your fault.
That's your fault.
Don't blame us for that.
Mm-hmm.
You should have been paying more attention.
Yeah, we never promised to be the news source for Mauro Ranallo calling Impact Wrestling.
Yeah. He's not wrong. So did you guys hear about The Miz is trying to get into Mortal Kombat 2? He's trying to play Johnny Cage in the what is this? Presumably the upcoming movie. Now with the success of Mortal Kombat, which just came out like an hour ago, and they're already talking about a sequel to it.
Dude, there absolutely is going to be a sequel. There's no way.
Where did it come out?
It came out on HBO Max.
HBO Max.
Oh, it's on HBO. All right, I didn't know where it came out. I know they've been advertising. I was like, yeah, maybe I'll check it out. And I'm like, where? Mm-hmm. Where on the 75 streaming apps is it on?
Yeah, I watched it yesterday. It was good. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Usually if it's a new movie, instead of a theatrical release, or in some places theaters are open, anywhere that they're not, they put it on HBO Max as well. They did it with Justice League and Wonder Woman 84 and a whole bunch of others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was too busy screaming at my TV during Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
You didn't like it?
We won't get into it.
I, for one, enjoy it. So send all of your hate mail to Mark Kalbacher if you like that.
And I will probably agree with you on all your hate.
I have not watched Falcon Winter Soldier yet. I think because what I did was
Do you like being lectured? Watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh, stop it. All right, you're right. We won't get into it.
Do you like being told you're a bad person? Watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Well, I have been watching. I mean, Mark. Also, I know you've been watching Invincible.
Yes, it's
you
fun.
still liking that?
It's fun. It's not directly from the source material, but it's a fun cartoon. I think it's a little overboard that every single character is a famous actor doing the voice acting. Like with the pandemic and all, you can't find voice actors that need work. But it's good. I think the season finale was Friday.
I hope not.
I think that was the season finale. That last episode was awesome.
It was, but it ended in such a cliffhanger.
That's how it works, baby. WWE did that for the first time on Smackdown. We got a cliffhanger.
They did.
In ages.
Yeah, I don't even remember the last time this happened. But yeah, Daniel Bryan is now receiving a title match next week against Roman Reigns, and if he loses, he's not allowed to be on SmackDown anymore. So yeah, man, it's
we might get a Raw move.
We might get for Daniel Bryan. It might actually happen, or he could win the title. Who knows? Probably not. But it could happen, and it's something that I definitely want to tune in and check out. And I don't remember the last time WWE did this, so I'm actually excited for wrestling next week.
The way SmackDown keeps gaining steam is probably the best wrestling show on television right now.
Definitely is. In my opinion.
I know Daniel Bryan's talking about he wants to wrestle less. Honestly, he should win the belt. He should win the belt, even if it only lasts for a couple of weeks or whatever, and then go away. He should win the belt this Friday. I really think it would be a huge move. I think it'll draw attention to the show even more. It's this whole thing that everything revolves around Roman Reigns, where he has multiple people trying to take the belt from him. And now Seth Rollins is involved, Cesaro is involved. It's how the old champions used to be, like how the whole show revolves, somehow some storyline around them, and it's really well done.
Yeah.
Except for their tag team division, SmackDown. Do I have to watch Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio versus the Alpha Males or whatever they're called for the 7th week in a row?
I'm hoping that they're building up the Mysterios for something. I'm hoping that they're just establishing them. I mean, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that they're. I mean, obviously we know that they're father and son, but I'm hoping that they're establishing their bond, I guess, in front of a camera, so that we know, okay, they're cool, and then eventually there's either going to be a split, because WWE loves to do splits, or there's going to be some kind of, Rey's retiring, handing down the mask to Dominic or whatever. Maybe they're just waiting for Dominic to get better. I mean, not that he's terrible or anything, but I don't.
He's better than the roster.
Yeah,
he's just skinny.
He just looks like a twerp. He's a talented twerp.
Yeah,
he's good.
Yeah,
he's not bad at all. I'm not saying he's bad. His promo game needs some work, but I mean, he definitely looks like somebody, like somebody's kid, like somebody brought their kid to work.
Yeah,
and you just want to give him a little head tussle on. It's like, all right, when do you go back to school? You know, it's like one of those things. It's like Dominic's on vacation and he decided to become a pro wrestler over summer vacation.
You're trying to get over, sport? All right. Let's try to get you over.
Yeah.
All right, Chief. Big guy.
Well, if his dad's teaching him promos, he's never going to get better.
Yeah, Ray's not the best either.
Ray was never a good promo guy. We all just love him.
Yeah.
So he can just say what he wants and we'll all follow him. But like, he's not a good promo guy.
Nah, not at all. Yeah, we kind of glanced over the whole Miz thing. What did you guys think about that? The Miz trying to be Johnny Cage.
That's why I took the subject.
Yeah, we changed the subject hardcore, and I'm like, did we ever cover that? I think
I don't care. I
No?
don't care. All I want is him and John Morrison to finally break up and Morrison to beat him up and move on to something else. Because I think that's what they're doing now. They've been hitting around. The Maurice has been like screwing up the Miz and John hanging out on Raw. So
yeah, it could be.
What do you think of it, Rick?
I didn't see the new Mortal Kombat movie. I don't know if it was missing a Johnny Cage or anything like that, but I didn't like the original Mortal Kombat movie, or Annihilation. Is that what it was called, the second one?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't like either of those. I thought they were really, really terrible, and I didn't want to see this one because it looked like the same movie but with blood. So I didn't care.
We did a watch along on The Uneducated of Annihilation.
Yeah.
And that was the hardest show I ever had to do. How bad it was.
Yeah.
And Ed was just like, because he was so happy. I was like, this movie's terrible. It's so bad. The CGI, there's just like monsters that like look like someone did half claymation and half like some. It's so. So like
no.
I'm looking forward to it, but like no one cares if the Miz gets that part. You can see that they're not hiring any major actors to play anybody in Mortal Kombat. They're not going to pay any money to do the movie. Like,
The thing is, it's like the character Johnny Cage is annoying, and the Miz is annoying. So he would probably do really good at that part. But I don't care. I'm right with Mark on that. I just don't care.
All right. Yeah, I don't think any of us are real huge Mortal Kombat fans,
Right.
in video game form or in movie form.
I mean, I was a big fan of the video game, like when I was in middle school, but
Right.
not anymore.
I'm just not a fighting game guy. Like I'm not into like I used to play them. Like I played Tekken and Street Fighter and all that. I'm just bored with that. Like, I mean, if you don't have a couple of your buddies on the couch and you're like playing against each other, it's really not that fun of a game.
Dude,
Like,
Steve was so into it when we were kids. Like it ridiculous. Like I never wanted to play with him because he was too good at it. And I was like, "You got too much time. I'm not playing this game with you." Like the original Mortal Kombat, like on Nintendo, Super Nintendo or something. I was into that. That was neat, but
Yeah.
I think there's too many layers.
Yeah.
I don't need all that.
Too many combinations and whatnot about what to do. It should just be like press 3 buttons for a finisher, not 17.
Give me Sonic the Hedgehog starring Jim Carrey over watching Mortal Kombat any day.
Oh man. All right, so back to wrestling, back to actual wrestling, if we can do that. Mason T-Bar finally lost their masks, at least, on Raw. Hopefully they'll go back to their NXT names, but it looks like they're not part of the Hurt Business, and they're just kind of Retribution on their own, just happen to be going after Drew McIntyre. What do you guys think about this?
Well, I'm curious about what's going to happen with Slapjack in regards to that. Like, if he's going to also lose his mask, or if they're just going to pretend like he never existed.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting fold to it. I mean, I think if they were going to have him go back to his old name, they would have been like, "Oh, look, it's Dominik Dijakovic." Like, hey, look, that's the guy who used to do commentary with Jerry Lawler up here on Raw. But they didn't do that. So I don't really see that happening.
To me, it was kind of weak that they tore the masks off and they didn't even acknowledge who they were. They still just called them Mace and T-Bar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like, really, we're gonna still call them that when you know what they look like now? They couldn't do like a reveal. Oh my God, that's Dio Madden! Like, even though we knew it was Dio Madden the whole time, like something.
It'd be funny if Mace started coming out to the ring to Mace songs. Remember Mace? Bad, 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 bad boy.
Yes.
That's
I do remember that.
Mace with an S.
What's that?
That's Mace with an S, not a C.
You jerk.
Oh, what? I don't know. I don't know you were spelling police over here.
I really didn't care for it at all. I don't like Braun Strowman in this.
No.
But I haven't liked anything Braun Strowman's done since he was beating up Roman Reigns for like a year.
Well, in that match that they were doing, it was like Braun Strowman was like, "Yeah, I'm not selling anything you're throwing. Go ahead, keep hitting me with stuff. I'm not going to sell any of that." Yeah. Like it's like, "You jerk, you stupid jerk! Bah, 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 bah. Hit me back. I'm not selling that. Stupid jerk, stupid jerk! You losers in your masks!"
So it makes you look forward to the match that Braun Strowman didn't get hurt at all by two guys that are taller than him.
Right.
and then you're supposed to like, I don't know, like how are you supposed to care? They never give you anything to care about on Raw. Where is AJ?
Is it funny that they're going to be like, well, Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman are a tag team now? Well, they're a team now.
Yeah.
Where is AJ?
That's what I want to know. Him and Omos won the tag team titles at WrestleMania and haven't been seen since. The only thing I can think of is maybe they're building up other tag teams like the Retribution to go after the tag titles. I don't know. I have no idea what their
they're not building up Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. They didn't even get an entrance, and you know why they're doing that? They're punishing us for being upset that they broke up the Hurt Business. So those poor guys are getting punished because we got mad.
I mean, it's all the fault of Rassle Rock on behalf of the entire podcast.
I just want to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, we apologize from the bottom of our hearts. This is going to turn into the South Park thing. Oh, you didn't get over? Oh, I'm sorry.
Benjamin should not be losing to 2 5'6" fat Vikings. I'm sorry. He shouldn't be losing those two guys.
And dude, that Adnan cannot get anything right in the Viking, whatever their names are. He's like, Viking Express! And then Corey Graves 2 seconds later is like, Experience.
Well, they changed the name of it so many damn times they can keep track. War Raiders, Champions, Viking Express, Raiders. You can tell. War Raiders, War Machine. Yeah. It's difficult. Corey, you had you really enjoyed Riddle's match this week, you said.
Yeah, dude. Well, Orton really, man, like what Orton did for that guy. I mean, I don't want to say it was even that Riddle was even that good. It was just that like he was an accessory to how good Randy Orton made him look.
Yeah.
Like he still, to me, I still hate his strikes and stuff. I still hate his thing that he does.
Batting around like a cat.
Meow, 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 Riddle, meow, Riddle.
I knew that was coming.
So I'm ignoring it. I usually hate the surprise roll up thing, but this really worked. Yeah. It fit. Yeah. This is the way you're supposed to do it, and you're not supposed to do it that often, WWE. Mm-hmm. So it was good. I really enjoyed it.
I thought that and what Drew McIntyre was doing for the what are these guys?
T-Bar
and Mace.
Yeah.
he was really making them look good. He was really helping them out. He was really, really giving them the rub, the same way that I saw Randy Orton giving the rub to Riddle. So it's refreshing to see that vets are like invested in what the future of the business is.
Yeah.
And also, was it weird to any of you guys either? Like when Drew McIntyre went up to Adam Pearce and was like, "I want to give me a match with those guys," and he's like, "You need a tag team partner," and he's like, and then minutes later they were like, "Well, it's going to be a handicap match with this and that," and like, did I miss something? Was there something that I missed?
Raw is a mess, and it looks like it's cut in clips and not pieced together well. It's like it looks like they do maybe the backstage segments are done before or something like that. But like they said that Vince showed up late, like, which is rare. He showed up super late and then scrapped the whole show. So if they already filmed segments, like Drew already like, "Oh, you need a tag team partner," and then Vince scrapped and he's like, "No, he needs to beat up both of them on his own," and then like we'll have it's like none of Raw makes sense. It doesn't. The whole Charlotte Flair thing, like her coming back and like, I asked for a a match of Mania, and it's like, and then she just beats up a referee. Beats up a referee. It's like, am I supposed to like? I don't know what I'm supposed to get out of this at all.
Are we now supposed to hate referees also? Let's all beat up referees. I hate those guys.
I'm not sure what's going on with that. Are they like, because she's legitimately out for a little while? I don't know if she got injured or if this is like something else going on. I'm not sure. Meltzer made some comment about
or something.
A movie.
Isn't she doing Walking Tall?
She's getting a dental thing done. So I guess maybe one of her veneers broke or something like that. But they said she's getting some kind of dental thing done. And that's why she needs the suspension and $100,000 fine. But yeah, you make a woman beat up 3 male referees because that makes sense.
Apparently, referees get touched by anybody and they just go down. That's just the way referees are. It's just the way referees are, man. I know Dave Meltzer had something about her getting some kind of surgery done. I think it was some kind of like he made some comment about it being a makeover or cosmetic surgery or something along those lines. And of course, Andrade flipped the hell out and cursed him out on Twitter because that's all Andrade does anymore is defend Charlotte Flair on Twitter.
Well, he doesn't have his own career anymore.
Well, yeah, he can't wrestle for another 3 months. So like, what else is he gonna do? But to defend the girl that he thinks he's going to get the millions of dollars from her dad. Right. And Ric Flair has no money.
Yeah, good luck with that, Andrade. That's going to be a great time. I did see a little bit of NXT this week. I had no idea. Well, first of all, there was a debut of how do you say her name? Sorry.
Sorry.
Saray. Thank you. That's how it is. Sorry, Saray. Shimuro Shamazel, House of Pfeffer Incorporated. She went up against Zoe Stark this week, and the match was it was really, really good. I was really surprised with it. I didn't know Zoe Stark was this good. I don't remember seeing her before, but I remember, I know I've seen her before somewhere, but I don't know where, and she didn't impress me then. But this was really good.
She's good. Her other couple matches in NXT, she was really good at too. She just has this weird thing that Toni Storm has, where she makes really awkward facial expressions when she's wrestling. She does almost like a Stallone thing with her mouth, like like she does that when she. You'll notice it the next time she's wrestling, and it's really weird. And
it keeps ringing that bell. I can't concentrate.
Like Tony always like when she gets like all riled up, she looks like she's about to cry, and her mouth all dry. She makes the oddest facial expressions when she wrestles, and it just takes you out of the match for a second.
Send her back to the Performance Center.
I was really looking forward to seeing what Sarai looked like, and I didn't have a chance.
I mean, you can look it up. It's on YouTube. that's how I see everything. You just have to look it up on YouTube. Because I don't have time for anything else. Who has time for all that wrestling? But
I watch every Raw, and it's the worst decision I make every week. Like, I try to watch SmackDown before I go out with my friends, but like Raw, you put on, and I just sit there like, God damn it! The whole time I'm watching the show. Like you said, the Matt Riddle match, I was like, oh, this is cool. This is like a good match. And then the rest of the show is like, why? Why am I watching any of this?
That's why I just stick with YouTube, because watching the full show seems like a waste of time. Like, it's 3 hours long. That's insane. I'd rather just go through YouTube and I'm like, well, I'm not watching that Natalia match. That's not happening. I'm not watching, Slapjack and Freak Show or whatever their names are. I'm not going to watch that. And I just scroll through and I pick and choose what I want to see.
Who's
anything else?
Freak Show?
I don't know. Who's Slapjack?
That's that guy.
Yeah,
where's
but
the
he's not
Casey
even-
Jones mask?
It doesn't
I
matter.
watch all this, and Keith Lee's not on television.
Yeah, I know. The hell? Yeah, I have no idea where Keith Lee is. I don't think anybody does.
But I have to admit, the New Day had me laughing again. Just him pulling out the bass and doing the entrance to like
The Austin. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
that was just fun. Like they know they're a tired group. They know that they've been put together too long,
It's old hat, yeah.
and now they're just doing whatever they want and having fun with whatever they can, and it's still entertaining. They're still a trip to watch, and thank God for them, because Raw was so bad. But I'm just sitting out there with the guitar, and then he hits the Lutez press. Like, I was like, oh, that's fun, man. That's really cool. And that'll give them at least another month of entertainment, because they're going to do this like every week. He's going to come out with that bass and do like a riff to somebody else's wrestling theme song.
Right.
It works.
Those moves.
It definitely works, and it's very cool. I've always liked the New Day. It's crazy how different SmackDown and Raw are. I mean, obviously they're written by different people, but you got to be able to see with your eyeballs how freaking better SmackDown is to Raw. Why not just do that on Raw and then have all good shows? It just seems very simple, and I don't understand why it doesn't happen.
I don't know. I have a question.
Yeah.
How long do you think Aleister Black's going to be in another dark room till he loses, and then we don't see him on television for another year?
This is going to happen. I'll tell you, at least it's going to be at least a month, because I know they filmed quite a few of these vignettes. And stuff,
I didn't see it. Did they? It was
cool.
on SmackDown this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's reading from some evil book, and then he's talking about the dragon, and basically he is the dragon. I don't know. It made no sense. Like, all his promos, it's like watching a Raven promo from like '98. But they had this really cool animation to it. I liked the animation; it was neat, to his vignette. And then he's just sitting in the dark room with a bunch of candles around him, and he's telling the story. And I'm like, they just did this, except for he's not asking people to fight him anymore.
Yeah.
Knock on my door.
Nobody's asking to knock on the door, and it's pretty much the same thing.
And then they moved to the Thunderdome and forgot he was in a closet for the rest of the time.
So, I was at Full Sail this whole time, y'all.
Nobody was knocking. I'm going to stay in here.
Kushida accidentally opens the door and just finds him sitting in there.
Oh, man. All right, folks. I think it's about that time we shine that spotlight on one person who shines better than anybody else that they did all week. And we're doing that with a segment called Who Wins Wrestling. Who wins wrestling? Blah, 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 blah. I can hear the music and you can't. Corey, who wins wrestling this week?
Cesaro.
Boom.
The promo, no one's ever been like, oh yeah, Cesaro is going to be the Universal Champion, and like Daniel Bryan going like, yeah, I'm out here to recognize this guy works harder than even me, and he deserves it, and I'm going to make sure it happens. So, like, we've never been so sure of being able to see the light at the end of the tunnel for Cesaro becoming the guy, and him being able to like get face to face with Roman, and it all just makes it seem like he's a legitimate threat that you've never seen him as before. So that's why I say Cesaro wins wrestling this week.
Very nice. I agree. Yeah, Cesaro is really cool. I'm glad he's finally getting his due. Mark, how about you, man? Who wins wrestling?
I don't know. After seeing that Impact page, I almost said Deonna Purrazzo because she is fine.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm gonna go with Jungle Boy. We didn't talk much AEW this week, but Jungle Boy had a match with Darby Allin, and he looked like an absolute star in that match. This kid, there's something about him. Like they keep pushing Darby Allin because they think he's the next, Jeff Hardy. But I think they're sleeping on Jungle Boy. I think there's something about this kid that just screams like huge babyface. And I don't know. I really like it. And I don't like Sting coming in after Luchasaurus. That was kind of
that's tired.
Yeah,
I don't like this how Sting always appears to be like this hidden bodyguard for Darby Allin all the time.
Did you watch the was it last week on Dynamite when like there was the big schmaz, and then Sting came out and Tony Schiavone went, "It's Sting!" and he like screamed, "It's Sting!" but like nobody else in the commentary team was cared. They were like, and he's out here doing.
Well, JR, JR's just sitting there like this with the microphone all day. But, there's an Alabama slam. Oh, well, you got. He just like when you listen to him, he is so not there anymore. And I love JR more than anybody. Like I read both his books. I think I think he's phenomenal, but he just doesn't want to be there.
No.
And then they did that thing. His Sting is coming from when Tony finally interviewed him for the first time, and he had him yelled at. And I don't know why, but someone thought it'd be great for him to yell that every time. But Tony's older and he can't hold the Sting anymore. Like his voice is cracked. And it's like, Tony, just stop, buddy. Just stop.
Just stop.
I'm so happy you're back, but just stop, man.
I'm going with Elias this week for Who Wins Wrestling. We already talked about before with the New Day coming out with the bass guitar and all that other stuff. Xavier's learning bass, and that makes the match really cool. But Elias really shined, and he actually got a win over Kofi Kingston. It's really cool, and this is most likely going to lead to a feud, which is going to lead to a lot of 50-50 booking. And the angle sucks because we've already seen the tag match between the New Day and Elias and, what's the guy's name? Jackson Riker, who I constantly forget his name. There you go. Rex and Jackson, the Backstone Wax.
He's given some kind of like weird title where he's like Captain General. Like I forget what it's called, but it's like it's really bad.
General Erection.
Oh wait, did anybody find out what is Dabatunde's new name?
Dabakato.
He's got
not Dabatumbe.
He had like 4 names. I don't know. Like,
it's General something. It's like General Aziz or something like that.
Yeah, that's it.
I just want to point out that it says that, but he has a Lance Corporal jacket on. I just want to point that out.
Okay,
I did not know that.
He's wearing 2 stripes with the guns underneath it. He's got a Marine Lance Corporal.
Very, very specific type of nerd would notice something like that.
Well, I'm not the one doing stolen valor here, right?
Yeah, you jerk.
I'm the one doing stolen valor and using a Samoan spike and are calling it like the Nigerian death, whatever.
Yeah, Nigerian nail. That's what
Yeah.
they call it. I'm like, they called it the nail. That sucks. Just call it the Samoan spike. Like, let him be. Even though he's not Samoan, who cares?
It would be better if he licked his thumb before he did it, just to freak everybody out.
If he like popped the whole thing out of his mouth.
just to freak everybody out when he does it.
Pop it in there.
Just takes all the horror, the intensity out of the move. Just like, like, wait, why did you do that thing before?
The guy's just holding his neck as he's falling on the ground.
Ew!
Steved.
In this time of COVID, gross. Yeah,
My screen froze, huh?
It did. on the best possible picture. Hey, everybody, how's it going? I'm Cory Castle.
I do dig the Bret the Hitman Hart shirt though.
Thanks.
It's a cool shirt.
Oh, I forgot to ask you guys before we go up the air. Did any of you guys watch the A&E documentary on Stone Cold?
Oh yeah, dude, I watched it.
No,
I heard it's really good.
It's awesome, man. I got the A&E app on my Fire Stick, and I'm currently now. I've just watched the Stone Cold one. I've been meaning to watch the Mick Foley like Hidden Gems thing.
Okay.
They did one for him trying to find his old gear or something, and then they're going to do a Roddy Piper one on Sunday or today.
That's the one I want to watch. I
That's
want to watch the Roddy Piper one.
that one's going to be really good. I can't look at you with your face like that. How did I get back to that? There we go.
Make me go away.
I can't take you seriously with your picture frozen like that. It just looks like it's like stop talking because it's just weird. But all right, let's talk again because it's your turn to give
right.
plugs. We're wrapping it up. Go
All
ahead.
right. Check me out. Check me out on YouTube, youtube.com/Cory Castle. Check out my 239th episode with Hannah. I recorded it right after we did our episode last week.
Wow, how many F-bombs did she drop?
Oh, so many.
So to tell everybody who's listening to the show, 5 minutes before the show came on, Cory and I were talking to Hannah. And I was like, do me a favor, because she was cursing before we even got on the mics. I was like, you got to watch the F-bombs. We don't use language on the show. She's like, okay, cool, I got it. And then like 2 seconds later, she drops an F-bomb as soon as you introduce her. I started. So that's why you guys see me.
Yeah, if you're watching the video back, every time she says something that we know is something that's upsetting to Rick, you can watch me and Mark both go,
Yeah.
I just kept doing this and laughing the whole time.
Surprisingly enough, we didn't get the copyright strike or anything, or like the the profanity strike or whatever like that. YouTube is all right with it. They changed their guidelines a little bit, so it's not too bad now. I just like a family friendly show. That's all I like.
You
I like
want it
running
to
that
be
in.
you want it to be able to be consumed by anybody who wants to consume it.
Correct.
You don't want somebody to be like, well, I can't listen to this because my kids are around.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
we want it all to be consumable by everybody. So also, if you're checking out this show, let us know you exist. Hit that comment button below on Rick's YouTube page and leave us a comment. Just say what's up. I dig the show. You guys are the best. I love that frozen face that you had for a couple minutes there. That was my favorite. I'm gonna start using that move.
Do it. You got to come up with a cool name for it.
Oh my God.
Like something like a wet willy, but not like that.
Finger pop.
Finger pop. He just finger popped him.
Dude,
Dear
tell me
God.
if they screamed at him like.
Oh man, we got a DCW show coming up next week. I really want to see Cory Castle in the ring and hear Jay Davis on commentary and go, "That's the finger pop."
The finger pop of doom.
Finger pop of doom, yeah. I'm going to be filming
feel
that
like-
show, so if you do that move, you're just going to see the entire camera just shaking the entire time because I'm just going to be laughing so hard.
I feel like what pops into my head when I think of this whole motion is
Yeah.
I think of the Jitterbug song, like the Zoolander.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so check out Evolving with Cory Castle. New episodes drop every Monday on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and wherever else you subscribe to quality podcasts. And make sure you check out all the cool things that we do. I have a secret comedy show tonight at a tattoo parlor in Ben Salem. And then, you're not going to be able to go to it at this point because it's secret.
And it stays later.
And then, and it stays later. And also next week, check me out at DCW, DCWProWrestling.com for tickets and information.
Yes, very good. I was going to plug that, but I didn't get a chance to. Yeah, DCW is presenting 0 Hour. Make sure you have to actually get tickets in advance to this because we're very cautious about the coronavirus and everything else. We don't want anybody getting sick. If you're going to the show, if you've been vaccinated, bring your vaccination card. If you've been tested for COVID, bring that as well. But yeah, get tickets in advance. DCWProWrestling.com for all that information. Also, check out our website, RassleRock.com. You can see episodes of this show. You can actually see the videos of it on the YouTube channel. You can hear the old episodes, every single episode that we've ever done through that link. You can also check out our merchandise store, where everything on the store is connected to a different charity. So when you buy something, you're helping somebody else out. And there's plenty of photos there of us being goofy. So check that out with past guests. So you can. That's very fun. Mark, do you have anything to plug? Do you have any word on the podcast you did last week?
Rick had a really nice date last night.
I did.
Can you also take this plug time to talk to us about
the
Falcon
show?
and Winter Solider?
I know the website. You don't want to know why. Don't get me started on Disney and their politics, and they keep shoving it in my damn superhero movies and shows. They didn't need because the politics were already there. What was I going to say? The website is called War of Dogs or War of the Dogs. I don't know, dude. I'm trying to help these guys out. The second show was better, but the one guy's like a psycho. Like he's got really crazy OCDs and a perfectionist. So the show was like a chill. We talked nerd, we talked crypto coin, and we talked a bunch of other stuff. But I don't know if they're going to drop it or not. We talked movies and some other things. It was like a regular podcast, and the other guy's like, I don't know, this is too boring. This is too boring. I was like, what do you need? Explosions in the background? Like, it's like,
yeah. Sometimes it's hard to not think it sounds boring because it's just regular conversation. So you have your expectations so high that if it doesn't meet those expectations as far as like excitement, then you're going to say it's boring. But sometimes people just like to listen to a chill conversation.
Exactly. And I remember it was a bunch of shows I recorded, the Uneducated, and we just seemed like low energy and all that. And then I re-listened to the show back, and it was one of the better shows we did in weeks. So it's just when you're sitting in a room, you can't really tell. And I had to keep explaining that to him. And he was like freaking out. He's like, well, we got to do better next week. I was like, that's not how podcasts work, man. It's
right.
like, if you're going to do a free-flowing conversation. So we'll see. Like I said, right now we're just doing episodes to get him and his buddy into a rhythm, so they don't talk over each other and all kinds of stuff like that. And then they'll start releasing shows probably in a few weeks. So we'll see.
Are you doing the virtually?
We're not doing video yet. I know the one kid is obsessed about podcasts. He spent like $2,000 on equipment at his house, and I haven't been over there to see any of the equipment yet. Mm-hmm. So I just use a Yeti mic and a laptop.
Well, you do them over the computer is what I was asking.
Yeah. No, they're sitting in my room. They're sitting in my house doing it.
Oh,
So
okay.
they live down the street from me. So we're going to start moving over there and using his equipment soon. Right now,
you're being the Randy Orton of podcasting right now. Really putting over Matt Riddle hard.
Ed says there's going to be a documentary of me when I'm dead about how I was this Philly podcaster that helped raise up all these other different shows and be part of those shows and inspired other people to do podcasts, even though my show's been dead for 2 years.
That's true.
But it's weird like how many people come to me and talk to me about how to start a show. It's like, you guys realize like my show only had 1,000 listeners. Like, oh, your show was awesome. Like, it's it's weird, man. It's really weird. So we'll see. I think the website is called War of the Dogs. I don't even know if he built the site. I don't know if he has it online yet. They haven't
just Google it. You do the work. Whatever.
Yeah,
You'll figure
they
it out.
haven't gotten an RSS feed yet. So, I'll be at the bar. Come see me at the bar.
I definitely go see him at the bar. The institute is really cool. I had a really good time. It's my first time in the new place. I used to go to the old institute all the time. Not all the time. like
What you think of that cocktail I gave you?
What's that?
What you think of that cocktail we got you?
Strong, but delicious. Yeah. It was. I like that it was named after one of my favorite movies, The Princess Bride. It was called The Dread Pirate Roberts. That was cool.
Our cocktail list is Princess Bride themed. We're doing a new list in the fall, and I think we're doing Ghostbuster theme. So
we're back.
The Princess Bride will go all the way through the summer, and then we're going to do I know a big Twinkie is one of the drinks we want to do. We're trying to figure out how we're going to do it, and then a couple other ones. So
yeah, there's like at least 40 Ghostbusters quotes that everyone knows.
Can you get can you get some Ecto Coolers still? I think that would be good mixing cocktails.
What, the Mad Dog?
Like no, some High C, some Ecto Cooler.
See, if you're old enough to remember Mad Dog, which is this terrible liquor, Mad Dog 2020, made an Ecto Cooler version for Mad Dog. It was green.
Oh, I don't
really.
I don't know how long it lasted because I think it was probably illegal to have the Ghostbusters bottles. But yeah, that was the thing.
No, I missed it.
That's awesome.
I missed out on that. My drinking age is not matched up with yours.
No way.
I just never bought any Mad Dog 2020, so I just never even noticed. I just stuck with vodka and rum.
You are not a true Philadelphian.
Well,
I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. All right, we're getting way off topic. Let's just end the show, and then we can talk after.
Oh no, let's keep talking about Mad Dog 2020.
Sure, we'll just keep on.
A good friend of Rick and I's, Steve Love, got married, and for his bachelor party, we started at 11:30 in the morning at Stevie's house, and we had 20 bottles, probably like 6 to 8 bottles of Mad Dog on the shelf, and that's what we started with to start the bachelor party, and we went straight through to like 4 in the morning.
Oh man.
We're like, oh, let me just throw up, and then I'll come back to the party. We'll drink some more. I'm going to throw up a little bit, and then I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm just going to hurl my guts out into the street. All right, save my spot. I'll be back. All right, man. Let's wrap it up and get out of here. This was a good episode, I thought, of our show. Hopefully next week we're going to do better, right, Mark? We're going to do better next week.
If not, my stuff's going to be in a trash bag.
Thank you guys very much for checking us out. We love having you guys listen to us. We love all the comments and stuff. That'll be about it for this episode of Rassle Rock. I'm Rick Connor.
Mark Hallbacher.
Corey Castle.
And let's take it out like we always do with Mr. Nick Burke.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Join us again for another episode of Rassle Rock. This has been Jay Davis speaking.